Alright folks, so we're trying a little pond that one of my customers who owns a small restaurant in town, he's on my mail route, so he and I talk a lot. He gave me permission to fish out of this pond several times. I've been out here a few times. I've caught two little small ones, not much, but I figured I'd give it another shot today. And this time I am bringing the old Bite Me Baits of Kentucky spinner bait. This is one I call the dinner bell. It's black and red with a brass thumper blade on it. So I'm running it on my Lew's Tournament Pro, the first Tournament Pro they came out with several years ago, and it's a Lew's Hank Parker speed stick. It's a 6'10", I believe, or no, this is 7 foot. I remember right. Yeah, it's a 7 foot heavy. Medium heavy, fast action. Yeah, that's what it is. 7 foot, medium heavy, fast action. So here we go. Let's see what we get. Right here, see what we got. Spinnerbait's a 1/2 ounce, by the way. I think this pond is kind of shallow because I can feel it dragging the bottom already. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Wasn't dragging, it's just that thumper blade. Yeah, baby. Alright. Go over this way. There's a turtle. Probably several of them right here, I would imagine. Dang, that thumper blade pulls, man. God. Whoo. That sucker pulls a lot. Alright, let's go over here. Tip up a little bit. Well, I got this thing on 4. Let's try it on one more little click. See what we get. A little better. Just in case you guys didn't know, these Hank Parker speed sticks, you can get them at Walmart for like 40 bucks. I mean, they're really good rods. I mean, I would compare these with the $100 rods that Lew's has. These are just as good. They've got the IM8 blanks. It says carbon nanotube technology. I don't know if you guys can see that, but anyway, it's real nice. It's a real nice rod. I mean, not all Walmarts carry them. I've got like 4 Walmarts within a 40-mile radius of me, and I've only found these Hank Parker speed stick rods in 2 of them. So the Lew's Hank Parker speed sticks, and they've got different sizes. They've got casting and spinning, but they're just as light as any of the $100 rods that Lew's sells, and just as good, if you ask me. Of course, I'm not a professional fisherman by any means, so. Don't get anything with a spinner bait. May try a jig. Yeah, let's do that. Got the old jig set up here. It's got a hook keeper on it, on the rod. It's way down on the handle, and I'm not too fond of that. So I got my own little, these are little Fuji hook keepers that you can hook to a rod. They flip up, you know, to hold your hook, and then they flip down to get out of the way. But like I said, the little hook keeper is it's right here on the butt of the rod. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of that, so I put this on there. All right, let's go up there and get a jig. Better yet, yeah, let's get a jig. Try that. And of course, this is my jig setup that I did a video on earlier about flipping and pitching. So, get the rod cover out of the way. Put it in the truck. Make it look like a snake coming out of the truck. All right, I got a Moccasin Lures. This is a 3/8 ounce flipping jig, and I can't remember what color it is, but it comes with rattles. And I've got a Raptor. I want to say it's an Excite Bait Raptor chunk on it that floats, watermelon red. Oh, rod cover, reel cover. Sorry. Get that out of the way. Protect your investments. All right, let's see. Get out here and put this baby in the water. See what she does. Turn the little flipping thing off. I don't need to be flipping, so I'm just going in and make a regular cast. I don't know how the bottom of his pond is or what's down there. It's kind of hard to tell what I hit. But the last time I was out here, I caught the two that I caught was on the top water, which was the whopper plopper that I was using, and I caught them back over there on that side. He says there's some big ones in here. He says that this lady that comes out here and fishes every now and then caught one that weighed about a little over 5 pounds. Of course, she turned it back loose in here, so that was several years ago. But who knows? But the ones that I caught wasn't even a pound. They were just feisty. That's a nice looking jig, man. Moccasin Lures make some good jigs, y'all. Bite Me Baits of Kentucky does as well. Probably two of the best companies. If you want good quality jigs, get them handmade. Where y'all at today? Probably about 70 degrees out here today. Down in good old South Georgia. Nope. Try to walk around a little bit. Keep trying to jig. Maybe I should have put my finesse one on here, but it's alright. It's a 3/8 ounce jig. Looks good in the water, man. That's real good in the water. That Excite Baits Raptor tail chunk, or whatever they call it, actually floats. So I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. See if I can get it closer here. Maybe you can see it, I don't know. But the claws actually will turn up and float, which is a good thing. Looks like a crawdad in a defensive position. That's what bass key in on, as far as I know. Of course, I hate talked to a bass and asked him before, so let's walk around a little bit. It's kind of slick around here in the old Crocs. Good thing about his pond is really clean. I give it to him. I mean, he keeps it real clean out here around the edges and stuff. I mean, you probably fish in it in a kayak or something like that, but that's probably about the only size boat you really want to bring out here. Oh, got a little backlash, no big deal. Pull it out a little bit. There you go. Keep going. That's it right there. Not a bad one. Could be worse. Turn this up a little bit. Get the clicks. Alright, fishy. And one thing about turtles, maybe not the ones that you see most common in ponds, the ones that are either black with yellow stripes or yellow with black stripes, however you want to look at it, but I call them a map turtle. But there's the snapping turtles. And the snapping turtles, I have caught a snapping turtle on a jig before, and I thought I was hung on something. When I pulled it up, it was a huge snapping turtle, probably about as big around as a basketball. And I thought, how in the wide world of sports am I going to get my jig out of that turtle's mouth without getting bit? And luckily, I don't know how it happened, but he let go of it. The hook wasn't in his mouth, I guess. So I got lucky on that one. Let's see. Yep, that did the trick. Sandhill cranes flying around. Crows in the background. Uh-oh. I don't know if that was one or not. Can't tell. Yep, got him. Nope, I didn't. Damn it. He's there though. That was one. I knew it felt kind of weird. Felt kind of tried to take up the slack on it. There wasn't no slack. I mean, there was slack, but it was more slack than what I thought there would be. So I figured, okay, he's probably got it and coming towards me. See if I see him again. Nope. He had it. Well, didn't have it enough. I think that's a stick. Yeah. See it coming out on the bottom. I think the only bite I'm going to get today. Wait for a short video. Yeah, I'm just starting out on my uploading videos to my YouTube channel. Guys like Backyard Bassin, Greg Smith, 10 Horse Monty, which is Gabe Montgomery, and TJ Tackle Junkie 81, which is James LaDuca, and Hank Rogers, I believe his name is, for Backyard Bassin. Those guys kind of got me into and Lou Martinez from Beyond the Bounds. Lou Martinez is one I really just started watching, just simply because he does he did the BFL tours as a co-angler last year, I think the year before last, and he would do footages on that, and he's a real nice guy, and he's got some great videos, and I would be talking with him, Facebook messaging him back and forth, getting ideas from him and stuff, not so much as how to be a co-angler or be, into these tournaments and stuff, but mostly on his, he's sponsored by Lou's, and get his ideas on Lou's products and things like that. And I've always used Lou's anyway. I mean, my first reel I bought was a Lou's Speed Spool, and that was several years ago. And ever since then, I've been with Lou's, as far as rods and reels. Nope, that's a stick. Yeah, Lou's rods and reels, and I love them. You can't beat them, really. I mean, There's people that got their opinions on Lew's and people that like other rod and reel companies, but I like Lew's myself. But anyway, but yeah, Lou Martinez, real good guy. And but they got me involved in, or actually wanting to do some videos on bass fishing and things like that, you know. So that's why I started doing this. Not so much as, you know, like I said, I'm not a professional or anything like that. It's just something to give you guys a watch, you know, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. I mean, you know, you may pick up on some things that I do that y'all might want to try, or like most of these guys. Nope. Most of these guys are getting ideas from them, a lot of ideas from them actually, and I enjoy watching their channels. Definitely enjoy watching their channels. I bet you I didn't give him time to get it. But he had that bite. Let me just walk around a little bit more. Yeah, that's a stick right there. That's got to be a stick or something in there. I'm not hung or anything. I just keep hitting it at that same spot. Oh, there was one right there. Probably a little bitty one though. Right there on the edge. Get some moss off this thing. Here, buddy. Yeah, these moccasin lures are some great jigs. Love them. Yeah, this is our flipping jig. Flipping jig. Yo, flipping jig. Oh, he's been throwing skeet out here. There's a shooting skeet, I should say. So there's one that I guess he missed, landing in the water. Barry's a good guy. He's the guy that owns this house, and it's a big pond right here. It's not that far out of town. There's some more skeet right there. Those have been here for a while now. Yeah, nice day out here today. Supposed to be at the house painting the laundry room. But hey, I ask you guys, what would you rather be doing, fishing or painting the laundry room? What would your answer be? Yeah, right. I know you wouldn't be painting the laundry room. A little drop off right there. Ooh. Our fish, that's right. Oh, moss. Come here. What kind of moss is that? Or is that just grass? At the top of grass. Yeah. Right, let's see, where can we put you at? Right there on the edge, right there. Oh, yeah, that'll work. Probably scared them though. Oh, whoa, 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 there we go. Gotcha. Oh, he's a giant. That's what those guys on BFL do. Not BFL, but MLF. Oh, it's a giant. It's a big one. It's a big one. You know, and then you come up with it. Give it to the official. The official says 1 pound, 1 ounce. Not bad. I mean, he's not that bad, a little bitty thing. But put him back in. Let him go another day. There you go, buddy. Go that way. Oh yeah, he shot out towards the middle. Let's see if we can get his friend out there. So there you go. One. one fish. Oh, you really catching them now? I'm on a hot streak. Oh, it's a big one. It's a giant. 1 pound, 1 ounce. Oh my God, man. I want to see him haul out like a 5 or 6 pounder, you know, that's what I want to see, you know, but I've been watching it on TV, you know, and these guys bringing up, you know, 1 pounders, 2 pounders. One guy, I mean, the Heritage round, I think, that they were holding up in New York, I believe, recently. One guy, I can't remember who it was 4 pound, 12 ounces. I think it was a smallmouth, though, so they were catching a lot of smallmouths up there, and I think, well, smallmouths are, you know, a lot thicker, so they got a little bit more weight on them. Oh, that's pretty cast right there. Right there on the edge. Oh, baby. So I caught one. Yeah, buddy. That broke the record yet for 2. Yeah, them water skiing across the, oh, there you go. two. Ooh, he's a little bit bigger. Yeah. There you go, baby. Come on in here. What, eating up this moccasin lures? Oh, that's a giant. It's a giant. Ooh. He is a little bit bigger. He's got gold eyes. Come here, baby. Hold on a second. Yeah. There you go. Pretty little bass, though, man. Real pretty little bass. So, he's got some bass in there, definitely. He's got pretty eyes. Go, buddy. Swim off. Catch and release. That's all I do. Catch and release. All right. So, there's two moccasin. Moccasin coming through. Old Mr. Isaac. Over at Moccasin Lures. If you guys want some good jigs, man, hook him up or holler at him. Give him a shout out, however, whatever you guys call it these days. Call him, text him, email him. And Mr. Chad Haynes over at Bite Me Baits of Kentucky as well. Give him a holler. He makes some good ones as well. Let's try it over this way. Ooh, right on the edge. Who needs a boat? You cast like that. I need a boat. Well, I got a boat. I just got to restore it, do some work on it. It's an old aluminum John boat, 11 and a half, maybe 12 foot. We'll take, oh, here we go. Nope. Trying to work out a little cold too. Anyway, I'm gonna take it and strip it down to bare metal and put some of that, some type of epoxy that you can put on the bottom of them, make them waterproof, as well as you know, seals them up real good. And put 2 coats of that stuff on it. I forgot what it's called. Oh, there you go, right there on the edge. Got you, buddy. There's 3. I swear to God, it looks like the same damn bass just caught. You know what? It is the same bass I just caught. No, it ain't. He didn't have that little dent right there in his tail. So there we go. There's 3. How about that? Doing pretty good right here, man. Pretty good. So I finally made a video of some fishing footage that I can actually upload on YouTube. It's got me catching some fish. It just goes to show you that it's not a myth or a legend of me catching a fish. It's actually true. Alright, we'll try over it one more time that way and then we'll go. He's right there on the edge too. Jig. Yeah, I never really, when I was growing up, I grew up around this area back in the 70s and early 80s before I graduated high school and went off joined the Navy and was there for 20 years. Oh, here we go. Nope, I failed him though. Come on, buddy. But anyway, like I was saying, I joined the Navy and stuff, but I grew up around here, and what I used to fish with is, and I still got it, and it's what I learned how to throw a bait caster with, was the Shimano Bantam Mag Plus is the actual reel, and I bought it using the money that I had made by working out in the fields, cropping tobacco and picking eggplants and squash and bell peppers and stuff during the summertime, when the school was out. Us as kids, that was our jobs during the summer, was work out in the fields and stuff. And I mean, buddy, it was hot as hell out there now, don't get me wrong. But, when we were making like, I don't know, about maybe $100 a week, probably what we were making. $20 a day, so you time Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Sometimes we work on Saturday, not very often. But, so 5 times, actually it was 24, 60, 81, yeah, $100 a week, tax-free. My mom told me, she said, I don't mind you spending your money, but when it comes close to time to go back to school, you're going to need to have enough money. Oh, there we go. You're going to need to have enough money to, hang on a second, guys. Come on, eat it. Gotcha. Yep, there we go. Have to have enough money to buy your school clothes. And so I did. Well, shoot. Hang on a second. Let me get this fish off here. Kind of hard to multitask. Oh, he got that one good, didn't he? There you go, buddy. Let me see. Nope, no dent in the tail. There you go, bud. See ya. So anyway, have enough money to buy school clothes. So what I did was, I went up to a local store. It's kind of like what Walmart is today, but it was called TG&Y, and they sold like groceries, and they sold a couple of clothes, and they actually sold sporting goods, you know, like fishing baits, things like that. And they actually had bait caster reels in there, and I want to say they had rods too, but I already had a rod. And that's where I used to buy all my corporate worms from. That's all I ever used when I first started fishing using a bait caster was corporate worms. That was it, nothing else. Top water now, I would use the Rapala or Rapala, however you want to say it. It was we called it a broke-back minnow, and it was probably about this long, and it was segmented, so when you popped it across the surface, you know, it wiggled because it was broke-back minnow, and you just pop it, let it go, and it was floater. And another one was a Hedon or a Hedon, however you want to pronounce that, but it was a tiny torpedo. It's probably about 2.5 inches long, had a little bitty propeller at the back, it's treble hooked, and mine, the one I had was like green with little black specks on it, and a yellow belly, so I'm assuming it was supposed to mimic a perch or something like that, but when you pop it across the water, it was a floater as well. Pop it across the water and make this little like like a, you know, torpedo or a propeller, turn it into water, whatever, make a little noise. So that's what I use for the top. But for the most part, I would use a corporate worm that was Texas rigged. And the colors that I would use was a black one, and then they had a black with a bright orange or a bright red tail, and it was called a fire tail, is what we called it. Fire tail? I think so. Fire tail, fire tip. Anyway, so that's the only two colors that I would use for corporate worms. And so with the money, I bought that bait caster, and I learned how to throw a bait caster with it. And I've still got it. Still got the bait caster. Still got the original rod that was on. And actually, I brought it with me. I was going to try it out here today because I haven't thrown that thing since like 1983, maybe, give or take. So, and I didn't realize it, you know, going by today's standards of reels and rods and stuff like that, that when I picked that thing up, I was like, oh my God, this thing is heavy. I mean, it's almost like the rod is not even, the rod may be 5 foot, if that. And it's a pistol grip handle. It's not the, you know, the split grips like these are, or with the wind tack or nothing like that, like these have, the dry grips, whatever you want to call them. I don't even know who makes the rod. I want to say Olympic. It's not a Zebco, but it's Olympic or something. I don't know. I can't remember. I have to look at it. But when I picked it up and I was feeling my hands, I was like, oh my God, this thing weighs a ton. And, you know, comparing it to these guys right here, well, this thing weighs 7.7 ounces. The rod itself, I don't know how much it's real light too. It's a 7'3" loose rod, the TP1. So, you know, it's just things like that, just that I still have, that I use. I haven't used that rod in a really long time, so I will try to throw it and see how it still throws. But I used to get backlashes all the time with it, but that's how I learned. That's what I learned to throw a bait caster on. But what I was originally talking about was jigs. I didn't really start fishing with jigs till, I don't know, probably about 7 years ago. So I got out of the Navy in 2005, retired from the Navy in 2005, moved back down here to South Georgia in around 2010. And this friend of mine, he has a little pond outside of town. It's just about dried up by now. But just got there fish a lot, and that's when I started fishing jigs. That's where I caught the snapping turtle from. But never really fished jigs when I was growing up. Never really fished anything but corporate worms and that jointed minnow from Rapala or in that head and tiny torpedo. That's all I would fish. Oh, there we go. No, that couldn't have been one right there. Right on the edge of the bank. I don't know. Let's walk around, see what we got. Doing pretty good on the jig. What was that, 5? 5 we caught right there at one spot. Not bad. Take a little walk. we'll stop. There's a bunch of little minnows and stuff right here on the edge. We'll stop right here, going along this bank. Sun's coming out. Nope. Oh, come on, Brian. How many times you gonna do that? I thought you done quit that. At least it's not tangling up. It's just, you know, overrunning just a little bit, but I don't like slack line on my spool, so I pull it out until I don't see anymore. Put my fingers around the end of it like that, just reel it back in so no knots get in there, and voila. Good to go. I have to tell Barry tomorrow when I go in to deliver his mail at the restaurant that I caught 5. Oh, there's, sorry, 6. 6? Nope, not 6. But I have to tell Barry I caught 5 out here on this back corner. Damn. Yeah, he's out there. We'll get him. They're liking this moccasin lures jig now. They're liking this thing pretty good. A little bit of moss right there too, but take care of that. Thing about these moccasin, oh shoot. I didn't even look at my dang trailer. Get back on there. But it's starting to split my trailer a little bit, but it's not bad though. I mean, I caught 5 bass off this one trailer, and it's just now splitting off, so we'll keep it on there a little bit more until I have to. It ain't gonna last much longer. So I can go over there and get another one from the truck. But we'll try one more cast right here and see if we can catch that one that bit on. Let me turn this down one more time. I hate pulling that line out. I don't really need to cast it that far. There we go. Let's see what happens. Pretty nice and quiet out here though. Not that much. Get some more of this. I'll go ahead and change out my trailer. Didn't get nothing yet. I'm still recording. Yep, still recording. Good deal. It's going to be a long video unless I edit some of it, which I probably will. Oh yeah, one just swam off from right there. Hang on a second. Let's see if I can catch up to him. Right there. Oh, Brian, come on. That should be good enough right there. Yeah, but I felt that last one. I felt him hit it. He just like a little tick tick. Feel it. Like that. Nope. Hold on now. I'm gonna catch that rascal before I have to go over and change my trailer out. There comes one right here. Sometimes you can actually see them just swimming like barely beneath the surface of the water. The little dorsal fins make a little V line. You can barely see it. Sometimes they see them swimming across like that. But let me see if I can get up here not too far. Oh, there's a water pipe. Looks like a water pipe. PVC pipe of some sort. All right, where's that tree limb at? Yeah. That's a good way to get a backlash too. You haul off the cast, hit the tree limb, boom, make a backlash like crazy. Oh, perfect. Right along the edge. If there's anything right there though, I doubt it. Nothing won't be that close to the edge. Yeah, they could come out and get it if they're at the base of the edge. Put it that way. I don't see it. Nah. Trailer's still hanging on there good. Good deal, baby. Chunk it out there pretty good. Oh, damn, Brian. See there? It's alright. We'll get it out. Go, baby, go. Got it. Oh, yeah, sun's coming out real good now. This one right there. Got it. may not have to change the trailer out if I don't catch another one. Check it out. That's good. But going back to those culprit worms that I used to use, the ones that the little fire tails or whatever you want to call them. A friend of mine, we were out fishing in like there's one of those ponds that's out in the middle of a cow pasture. You know, all the cows go out there and, you know, pee and poop in it and everything like that. But it had bass in it, so we didn't care. But we were out there fishing one day and using those culprit worms with fire tails, and they were tearing those worms up so much that when it was all said and done, all we had left was the tips, and we were still catching them on the tips of those, on the tails of those culprit worms. We were still catching them. I mean, we tried to rig them up Texas rigged, you know, but there wasn't enough for the, you know, the hook to, the point of the hook to, you know, skin it back into. But we were still catching them using just the tails of those culprit worms. I don't even know how many we caught that day, but we were out there and we couldn't, there was parts of the pond that we couldn't get to because it was just growed up with trees and everything around it. So we decided to start wading out there, and we got up to about our chest. You know, we had the rods over our heads, reels over our heads, you know, we was fishing like that, catching them. But we come out of that pond, we were covered in leeches. And it wasn't the big ones, I mean, it was like the little ones, but man, we freaked the hell out trying to get the damn leeches off of us, man. By the time we got them all off of us, it looked like we had been shot with a machine gun or bird shot, you know, with a shotgun. So it's crazy. Crazy stuff, man. Good times back then, though, man. Good times. Miss those days. I don't know where he's at now. My buddy. No. Might have been a tree limb. Last I heard, he lived in Cochran, Georgia, or something like that. So, which is about a good hour and a half drive from me, west, I think. Walk around here just a little bit. Get over by his little dock right here. Try it over there. And then this thing is still backlashing, and I've got it almost set to max. Well, I'll tell you what, it's a sensitive ass reel. That's all right. I mean, it still casted a good ways though. Even with this one doesn't, this reel doesn't have the centrifugal braking, where you take the side plate off and you turn them off and on like that. It's just got the magnetic with the dial, so which is fine with me. I like it. It's a lose. They don't all have to have multi-braking systems on them, but I do have some of them. That Tournament Pro that I had, I was using on that spinnerbait, that one had the multiple braking system on it with the dial and the centrifugal braking. And I've got a Shimano. It's a Shimano Chronart, one of the old ones. And the only way you adjust it is centrifugal braking, and it's got 6 of them in there. And with those, it's got the pins. You can actually put plastic sleeves over the pins, and they lock into place. And the color of the plastic sleeve dictates the weight of that plastic. And I think I got light pink ones in there, or light green ones. I can't remember, but there's 6 of them. And you want to talk about trying to get that thing dialed in. Woo, boy. But it's dialed in now. And that sucker will cast a mile. I think I got crankbait on it. A square bill. But I like that reel. That Shimano's a good reel. I mean, like I said, I you know, love lures and everything like that, but that Shimano, whoo, that sucker right there is hard to be beat, dude. Really hard to be beat. I think it's a 7-1 ratio. This one's an 8. Yeah, this is at 8. 8-3 to 1, I believe. That's what I use for my flipping, my jigs. I don't even know how long this video's been recording. Quite quite a while, I guess. 15 minutes. Only 15 minutes? Dang. Seems like it's been longer than that. Try it in the middle. There you go. Seems like it's been a lot longer than that. But it's a going. Well, folks, my battery died on me when I was over there on the other side of the bank, but it didn't matter. I didn't catch anything else. But this is my other Hank Parker series speed stick that I bought from Walmart, and this is the 6'10" medium power fast action rod that I use for my chatterbait. This is my Bite Me Baits of Kentucky chatterbait in the bluegill imitator. No, it's not. This is not the bluegill imitator. This is just the green pumpkin and purple magic. But I've got a Biospawn plasma tail. I think it's a 3-inch or a 4-inch worm on it. That's plasma tail worm by Biospawn. I got that idea from Tackle Junkie 81. He said that's what he puts on his chatterbaits as a trailer, because you really don't need that much action in the tail, because the blade gives you the action for you. So I figured I'd give this one a shot, and then throw this a couple times, and I got to head back to the house and get started on painting the laundry room in the house. So yay me. I know you guys probably can't wait to see that, but I'm not going to video it. So anyway, let's oh boy, let's see how this baby does. This will be the first time I've thrown Bite Me Baits of Kentucky chatterbait, but wow, that sucker's got some wiggle to it now. Wow. Oh, heck yeah. You can feel that on the tip. Look at the tip. You guys can see that tip. That sucker's wiggling like crazy, which that's a good thing. Probably bouncing off that head in there. Making all kinds of racket, making all kinds of movement. I don't know if that's the bottom that I'm hitting. Yeah, it is the bottom that I'm hitting. That sucker went to the bottom, so let's see. I got anything on there? Heck no. All right. Let's try it out in the middle. Anyway, this Hank Parker is paired up with just my regular Lew's speed spool. It's a, what is it? Shoot. It's a 6:8 to 1 gear ratio. So this speed spool is one of the cheaper Lew's reels, but when it comes to Lew's, cheaper doesn't always mean worse or inferior in my experiences. I mean, Lew's makes some good stuff. It don't matter how much it costs. They make some good stuff. I enjoy Lew's. And I don't know if that was one or not, but you want to talk about, God almighty, the action on this thing, man. Wow. That's impressive. That's impressive. Now, this is Mr. Chad Haynes, who owns Bite Me Baits of Kentucky. He hand makes all of these. He was telling me that his father-in-law used to do it a lot when his sons were growing up. And when his father-in-law passed away, Chad decided to keep making them. So he got all his father-in-law's equipment and everything that he makes jigs with, and picked it up and has been doing a good job with it ever since. I'll tell you what, man, this sucker feels good. I mean, this bait feels real good swimming in the water. Looks good too. Yeah, that thing's got a lot of action on it. I'm really, really surprised with that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dang. Tell you what, if I were a bass, I'd eat that thing up. But I'm just not getting it to them, I guess. Kind of shallow right there, though. Yeah. All right. We'll call it. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get the moss right there on it, or grass. I'm gonna get my little Shimano Bantamag Plus. Show it to you guys. Remember, this is the one that I first learned how to throw a bait caster with, that I bought with my money that I made working during the summer back in the early 80s. So, but this is it, and this is the original reel that it was on. This is not the original culprit worm and not the original hook and sinker, but I redid that. But this is it. This is the pistol grip handle. You can see I'm 5'10". That's down on the bottom. Here's the tip. Well, it's probably about a 5-foot rod, put it that way. But I just took one of my tackle warehouse covers. See, we didn't have real covers back then either. So I just put that on there. But this is it. Shimano Bantam Mag Plus with the magnetic braking system. Here's your spool release. The idea behind this was when you pressed it, your thumb would just slide off on the reel and on the spool, keep from backlashing when you throw it. You can see the side plate does not release or come off. You have to unscrew it. So there's no need for you to get in there unless you want to oil it or maintain it. But it does have an anti-reverse switch on here, which is that on and off switch right there. It's got a little drag system on it. I want to say this is like a 5-to-1 gear ratio. I'm not sure. But here's what we're going to do, folks. I haven't thrown this thing since probably 1983. Maybe 1983. If that. Maybe 82. I don't know. But I'm going to try it. Right now I've had it on 6. That's what it's been on for the past 30 years. So I'm going to actually put it up to, I don't know, we're going to put it up to about 9. And let me see how my drag or my tension is on this. Tension's pretty slow on it, so let me speed it up a little bit when it falls. That should do. I don't want it to backlash too much because I'm really leery about this. Let's just hope it works. All right, here we go. There's nowhere to hand. I can't hold it with 2 hands, so I got to throw it with 1 because that's how I used to do. I threw it with 1 hand. So, oh my God, it still works. It still works. Is that cool? Can you guys see that? Let me move it down a little bit so you can see it. There you go. Yeah, still works. How about that, man? My first bait casting rod and reel. Like 30 some odd years old. Let's see, 1982, 92, 2002, 2012. So that's 38 years old. Good Lord. 38 years old. Some of you guys ain't even that old, are you? Look at that, one-handed cast. This is how I used to fish, fellas. When I was in the 6th or the 7th, 8th, 9th grade, 10th grade. That's how I used to fish, man. God, it's bringing back memories, dude. It even feels the same. I can feel it when you're turning it. You can feel the gears on the inside turning. I mean, yeah, you thinking, damn, you feel the gears turning? Man, that stuff about, no, it's not about to tear it. That's just the way it felt. That's the way it was back then, man. That's the way it was. No backlash. All right, I'm going to start playing with the magnetic control on this thing, see if I can get it out there a little bit further. I want to say the weight that I got on this thing, the bullet weight is maybe it's a 1/4 ounce, maybe, or 3/8 ounce. Might be feels like a 3/8 ounce. Might be. Anyway, all right. Let's see. What did I have it on? 6. Let's put it back on 6. 6 right there. Still 6. See what happens. I want to keep pressing down here because, you know, I think that's not the thumb bar. That's just where your thumb rests at when you hit it. So, ooh, got me a little bit more distance. No backlash. Man, and the little bee, ain't they so cute? Look how cute these. What the hell? I'm gonna call the damn fish on this thing. Oh my God! Oh, he threw it out. Son of a man. Okay, I was so excited that I turned the camera off. Hopefully y'all saw that. But anyway, I was sitting there messing with it, and I felt something, and sure enough, I got a bite on the damn thing. I actually had one, but he spit it out. I'll try this again. I'm gonna try him again. Shoot. This is great, man. This is great. I just keep wanting to hold it with 2 hands, but you can't because it's a pistol grip. Hold it with 1 hand. That's it. I actually had one. But this is the way I used to fish a culprit worm. I would throw it out there and I'd reel it back really slow. And if I felt one hit it, I'd hit that thumb bar and I'd watch that spool. If that spool started moving, I'd set that hook, bam, there you go. I didn't hop them. I didn't know nothing about that. You know, I didn't know nothing about hopping a worm on the bottom or anything like that. I just knew to throw it out there and reel it back. Throw it out, reel it back. And I'd reel it back really slow. And like I said, if I felt one hit it, I'd hit that little release bar or hit the release button, watch the spool. If it started moving away from me, I'd click it and set the hook. Boom. There you go. And it was very rare that I missed one that way. Of course, it was also, you know, giving the fish more time for him to swallow it. And that's not a good thing when they get that hook, you know, close to their, I guess you call it gullet or whatever. It's hard to get that hook out, and you don't want to hurt the fish, you know. You want to keep the hook in some part of the fish's mouth, in the roof of his mouth, something like that, you know, where it's less likely to hurt them or kill them or whatever. So, but yeah, I actually had a damn fish on the old bait caster. Old tried and true Shimano Bantam Mag Plus, baby. This thing's still in good shape too. Still in good. I don't even know when's the last time I oiled this thing. Probably 1983, 82. Guys, man. If you still got your original bait caster and your original rod in your possession with you, the one that you first learned how to throw with, I suggest you keep it. Do not sell it. If you want to, give it to your sons or your daughter or whatever, but I wouldn't get rid of it out of the family, because this thing brings back so much memories, man. It's just like, for a second there, I was transported back without the leeches to 1982 and 83. That is pretty awesome, man. Like I was saying, the little handles are so cute. They're so tiny. There's nothing ergonomic about them, you know. You just, except they turn. I mean, you know, I don't know. You just barely hold it and just spin it, you know. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. I'm not really getting a good shot of it, I don't think. Am I? Yeah, I might be. But anyway, let's try a couple more casts. We'll move on down a little bit. See, now I done got anxious because I actually caught one, or had one, on this old 38-year-old Shimano Bantam Mag Plus. What I'd like to get a hold of, though, is one of the older Lures, you know, when Lures first came out. That's what I'd like to get a hold of. Look at that. Still no backlash. And I'm on number 6. Oh, there's a fish right there. I can see him. He didn't even turn to look at it. Is that one, or is that just a stick that I'm seeing? Because it looks like I see a black tip on the tail or something. You know, like how bass's tail looks black. Kind of. I could be wrong, though. Let me see. Might be a stick. I don't have my pole. Yeah, it's a stick. I don't have my sunglasses on. Usually I got my coasters on and I can see pretty good with them things. All right, let's see. What we're on, 6? Let's put it on 5. We feel a little daring. Look at that. Dude, see? Okay, hold on. I got to do that again. Seriously. I had this on 5, all right? And when I used to throw this thing, I would have my thumb feathering that spool, you know, because I didn't want to get a backlash. So I just, you know, I could feel the line, turn it under my thumb, you know, I knew it wasn't backlashing. I just threw it just then, didn't put my thumb on it, and there was no backlash whatsoever. Except for when the lure hit the water, it turned just a little bit, it overspun just a little bit, but not a lot. But watch this. All right, let's see if I can see this. I'm going to try to do it again. Now, hopefully you guys can see it, but here we go. I'm going to throw it, and I'm not going to feather it, but watch the spool. And there it went just a little, and it still didn't backlash. And that was a damn good cast, dude. I mean, that was at least 30 yards, maybe 25, 30 yards out there. Good Lord. This may just become my go-to rod and reel. I don't know, though, because I'll show you guys something in a minute on this rod that I saw, actually, when I was putting it in the truck, and I thought, oh, Lord, I never noticed that. But look right here. Looks like the fiberglass or something or other has started to crack, and you can feel it. But I've got a 7-foot rod at home. It's a Powell Inferno, and I got a Dobbins Fury, actually. It's a Dobbins Fury Micro Savvy, something like that. But anyway, I'm gonna put this rod, or put the reel on that, you know, because I don't think this rod's gonna last very much longer with that, especially, you know, if I hang a giant or a big one, 1 pound, 1 ounce. I hate one like that, you know. They break it. I don't know. That was pretty cool. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to throw it again without feathering it, see what happens. Make sure this thing's recording, is it? Yep, it's recording. Flash. All right. And then we're going to throw it again. Pull this back up. Here we go. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. Go. Look. How about that? And that is on, like I said, number 5. And then there's, I'm sorry, yeah, number 5. Then there's 4.5. Or no, that's probably 3 right. No, it's 4. It's on number 4 because there's 5 and there's 6. So there's 3, there's 2, there's 1, and then there's minimum. Yeah, I'm not going to try that on minimum though. I'm not that ballsy because I know it'll backlash. I'm pretty sure it will. I'm pretty sure it will. But anyway, folks, that's going to be it for today. I plan on doing sort of like an introduction video. But this was I just wanted to do a quick fishing video. I wanted to really show you guys my first bait caster that I learned how to throw on, as well as the rod that it was on with the little pistol grip handle. Kind of reminds me of a Zebco rod, but the name of the rod is on the inside underneath the reel seat here. And I want to say, I remember it's being something like Olympus or Olympic or something like that. But this is a Shimano Bantam Mag Plus. It says graphite components. Ooh, there it says graphite components again. But it's in really good shape, man, for being 38 years old, maybe 30, 40 years old, who knows. But I'm pretty sure that the gear ratio is like a 5 to 1 or something, maybe 5-3 to 1, I don't know. But it's in real good shape. I got Trilene Big Game line on it, and I want to say it's a 10-pound test line is what's on here. I re-spooled it the other day. I took the old line off of there because it was probably dry rotted and all that kind of stuff. And you know, back then we didn't have braided line, we didn't have fluorocarbon. It was just strictly monofilament. And I think my line of choice back then was Stren fishing line, I believe, if I remember right. And but this is it, man. So anyway, I'm heading back to the house. I'm gonna do that project in the laundry room, painting. And like I said, I'll put out a little introductory video, just give you a little background on myself and when I first learned how to fish and what got me into fishing and where I'm at today. So anyway, you guys take care, and appreciate you watching. And if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe to it by clicking on the little subscribe button, and click on the little bell to be notified whenever I put out new videos, so you'll get notified when I put out new videos. So anyway, you guys take care, and we'll holler at y'all later.